I was forced to do this. I just want to point that out straight away. It wasn't my own choice. I had, my boss is saying we have to do this, Tom.
So you're not the king of Christmas cheer then?
You know what? I love Christmas, and I love this.
What was your favorite?
And I think you look beautiful.
Oh, that's so nice. Are you saying that just because it's Christmas?
No, because I can't see your hair.
Oh, what hair? Well, what's your favorite thing about Christmas, Tim?
Actually, to be completely honest with you, I'm not the biggest guy on Christmas.
God's sake.
But I like, Christmas Eve. You're together with the family. You're eating, good food, and you're opening a few presents. So
you're the only person where I go, what's your favorite thing? You go, I don't actually like Christmas. Are you the Scrooge? That's what I imagine you being. Just get out of my house. It's done.
Not that bad, but we're getting close to it. We got a good game on our hands, though. We got GODSENT going up against forZe, and I think the desk nailed it pretty well here. We have a team who we don't know a lot about. GODSENT, we have seen them play well as of late, but how well are they going to fare when the pressure amounts on them? This is a semifinal at a relatively big event against a proven squad like forZe. We'll have to see how they can handle that. They're starting out like fire. They're rushing down middle and being very aggressive. I like that, showing Christmas straight away. Madden takes down Jerry on Banana, and here we go. Michael Lille in a good position. He kind of missing the opportunity, not connecting the shot, and he could go down, but he survives here. Backup comes in from Stuko, and all of a sudden we have a 4 versus 1 situation. That is, round is over. GODSENT, we discussed, or we got to talk about, can they stand for the pressure? Are they good enough to do this on a relatively big stage against a good team? So far, so good. They're just coming out there, not giving them any space whatsoever.
I like that as well, because that in my eyes is like a forZe sort of play. Like, get really in the faces of your opponent.
Giving them their own medicine straight away, right?
Exactly. Like, do exactly what they're probably going to do to you on the other side. And if you can shut them down early, remove some of that confidence, I think that's actually where forZe really does struggle a little bit, is when it falls back into the strategy camp and when the individual battles aren't working. And that's actually what we saw GODSENT do very well versus Crazy. And I feel like, okay, forZe are probably a more developed team. We've been together longer, but hey, this is nice. Just aggressive plays, pushing down, not lost barely any players so far in this match.
Yeah, and you love to see that, right? Especially Madden, or whatever we're going to call this kid, because this is a guy for the future. Let's be honest. Yesterday, or the day before that, when they qualified for this semifinal, we were talking about him, being a little bit too aggressive. Maybe he was a little bit too eagerly to get out there and get the job done. But if he gets confidence and if he's successful with what he's doing right now, that's going to be a guy that they're going to have a lot of problems shutting down. So good start for him, good start for GODSENT. forZe have only had a single kill so far in this game. The question is if this round will be any different.
I feel like this has to be the change, but already they're going aggressive again, just trying to get in the faces with those SMGs. First kill goes the way of Crystal. As mentioned, he's been one of the stars of this tournament so far, and as said, coming into Sweden, I don't think that was something I was expecting to say. I've been pleasantly surprised. Still the fight. Yeah. Madden though, and he's going to get taken down, and that leaves just one defender of this B site. Zen is there alone. He does have the rifle available to him and a little bit of utility to at least buy some time. Ooh, okay. Jerry's just going to find him straight through the smoke, though, and that's the B site completely under the T's control. I'm not even sure if this is worth fighting, even though the weaponry's not great and they've got some money to spare. Is it worth it?
I think it is, especially if Michael Lille can get an opening right here, which he will with the SMG. At least some more money in the bank for next round, where they'll have plenty of founds to buy up again. Winning this round, probably not going to happen, right? Michael Lille in a tough position, his teammate down Banana. All that he's going to try to do is take another weapon off the hands of forZe. Stuko here with the Femaster. He's not going to win this one, but I think we just saw what could become a problem for GODSENT right here. The over-aggression on Banana, I like the initial first pick, and they got the opening duel. Instead of keep, pushing the issue, why don't you fall back? You're in a 4 versus 5, you have still plenty of utility. You had 2 smokes towards Banana that wasn't used. Yet you still went for those duels and you lost them, right? There was no real reason to do that. You could just have fallen back, played it a bit smarter. So it's always a balance between being aggressive, being confident, and sometimes knowing when to back off. And in this scenario, unfortunately for GODSENT, maybe a little bit too much aggression was being put down here to Banana. Obviously a little bit unlucky with the shot through the smoke as well, but Maiden here, he was being caught off guard for sure.
Yeah, and Flit, someone, again, who I think we've highlighted all the way through as we've been casting him, and he has played fantastically well, alongside XC Power, of course, but that's kind of expected. We'll see if he is going to be performing here today. As you mentioned, CT side actually come in with a very good buy, considering they lost the first buy round, like a surprisingly good one, I would say, but the aggression onto Banana again, especially when you're the solo man, is going to cause a rotation to have to come in, and the T's are actually just going to try and play off of this, moving towards that A site, looking to challenge onto Arch, and it's only going to be Makalele really able to stop them?
He won't be able to. Almost there with a nice pick with the SG now. It's up to Sim to see if he can do something about it. Gets one kill, gets the second one, almost the third one in XP power. Puts him down to 57 HP. It's now 2 versus 2. Crystal stuck in CT spawn. Has Team Triple coming from behind, losing that duel to Flit, and now Crystal is in a rough position. He knows he has to do something, and Flit is in a prime position to take him down, and he will. forZe makes it 2-2 right here. I think there's a few things to notice in this round that we have to talk about. One thing is Makalele playing Arch side with an M4. Maiden brought up the AWP. He was the one playing with it, not the primary over Makalele for whatever reason. We'll have to see if that's going to be a tendency that's going to carry out through the game. Also, Maiden, once again, on Banana, he dry peek out Banana. No flash, no smoke, no nade, no nothing. Again, I like this guy a lot. I like his aggressiveness, I like his confidence, but sometimes it looks just a little bit too silly. It's like unpolished in a way where you think if he just would manage himself just a little bit better, conduct himself a little bit more calm on the server, I think there's a lot more potential in this guy than we're actually seeing right now.
Well, I also wonder if there's something about, like, why there wasn't support there, because that does seem like a ludicrous peak to take. Like, it's the surprise factor at the same time for your opposition, because they're not going to expect someone to do that, but you are going to be watching top Banana at the beginning of the round, so it's a risky peak, and especially when at that time he was the only defender, wasn't ever going to work. Stack on this side at least, so a good chance to do at least a little bit of damage, but well, one man left. Sicko with just a P250, hoping that someone walks into his crosshair, but when it's a MAC-10, I was going to say he should lose the battle, but hey, that's a bit of extra cash, and if he can get a kill with this SMG, it'll be $600 into the bank, but that's not going to happen. They'll corner him in, and a few decent rounds coming off the back from forZe now, 3 in a row, money starting to build, and the CT side are going to have to come in with a fairly bare bones buy on their side.
And let's see if GODSENT can change it up now. We see them be very aggressive pretty much every single round up until this point. This time around, player default. You have a decent amount of utility. You have a good weaponry on your hands. You have 4 M4s and a FAMAS. There's no need to be aggressive now. See if you can force to play that game, you know, where they have to wait it out and they have to do a late execute or anything like that, instead of always trying to force the issue. I think that's exactly what GODSENT is doing right here. I like that a lot. Maybe they want to take Banana control. A good nade being thrown down. Hit Flits in his face. Now Sen and Maiden pushing out right now. Sen walks up all by himself. No flash, no nothing. Again, it's a little bit of a uncharacteristic peak coming out there. XP power with AWP. He's aware there could be a guy in the corner. Now Maiden, once again, he's isolated on Banana. It's going to be him against the world. And at this point, he has to take at least 1 down. Otherwise, that's going to be a bad trade for them. He's alone. He has no backup. And there we go. It goes down once again. I'm not sure what he's doing here. I think he's a little bit rattled by the fact that he's playing in a semifinal right now.
Zen just waiting on the corner. He knows that there's players still about to come around the corner. Goes for the timing peak, but XP power that a little bit too quick. And with a minute left, we see the T sat with a man advantage. The utility for the CT side is almost completely gone. A single flash on an HE, and they're going to actually bolster their defense towards the B side. Looks like the right call from the direction of this T side, but they could still go back in the other direction. They've in fact left a man lurking just to try and cut off rotations, and they are. They're throwing in the fake. They're holding these 2 CT players. And Pimp, it's all up to Makalele. He's been quiet throughout this tournament so far. We have not seen the Makalele we'd like to see, and up from above. He does manage 1, needs more though. And forZe, that should be the round confirmed. I don't think the CT side can get here quick enough.
Not at all. A valid effort from Makalele in a decent position actually, but he second-guessed himself a little bit. I mean, he knew a guy was coming out from apartments, but at that point, you got to imagine that at least 2 guys is coming around quad side. He wasn't able to do anything about it. Went down, and now we look at a situation where forZe is going up 4-2. Again, I feel like GODSENT right now are doing it to themselves. We haven't seen forZe do anything out of the ordinary on the T side. They're literally just spreading out, and they're getting picks all over the map. Like, it's them being gifted GODSENT players, almost. And it's, to me, it's a little bit worrying. You know, I like the start from GODSENT. I like when teams come out, they be aggressive, but if you don't manage to sort of manage that aggression, you know, if you don't manage to change it up and balance it out with some more, you know, defensive play as well, then it gets too easy for the opposition to know that, all right, we just got to be ready because somebody's going to peek out at some point and we are going to kill him if that's the case. So GODSENT, great start, and I like the game plan, maybe coming out of Devil Walk, you know, saying to his teammates, all right, guys, go out there, play with aggression, you know, make them aware that you're on the server, but you got to have something to fall back on. And so far, it hasn't really been the case for the Swedish squad.
Yeah, I think the thing that also makes it a bit more troublesome is like a T-side AWP can be fairly difficult on this map because most of the time you're almost countering. So I feel like they're kind of playing into forZe's hands where XyPower goes, wait, so if I hold this angle, probably someone's going to peek in the next couple of rounds. So he's going to hit that shot every time. Like, he is a fantastic AWPer. There's something that we've seen all the way through this tournament in clutch situations, and peaks like that, like Zen's peak, for example, in the last round. I knew he was going to hit that shot 10 times out of 10. Like that's a very easy kill for him to get.
Easily, yeah. Once again, we see XyPower searching with the AWP, not connecting the shot, but at least getting the information that a guy is playing towards coils, smoking off CT spawn, dragging out the utility from GODSENT. This is exactly what forZe wants to do. No risk taking, making sure to drag out as much utility as possible. Don't get surprised. And here we go. XyPower actually takes a lot of damage. Flit was hit by a nade in his face earlier this round as well. So we look at two players right now who combined for 49 HP. That could be a problem for forZe if they were to walk into the stack on the A-bomb side now. Face crack, making sure nobody's pushing up in the apartments. He's here by himself. There's no trade frag potential either. It's a little bit of a dangerous situation to be in right now if you're forZe. You're being left out in the dark. You don't have a lot of information. And there's only 35 seconds left. Combine that with two players with half HP. You got a dangerous cocktail going, Tom.
Yeah, they have to go get the bomb as well. So Jerry's only just making the decision to retrieve that. And it does look like they're going to end up heading into the B site with only about 15 seconds left on the clock. Luckily, the stack has moved.
It's coming now, yeah. There are going to be three players ready for it. Obviously, CT spawn should be smoked off here, but we got Elmas there wanting now as the first guy. He needs to open up this round. He needs to make sure that he doesn't go down. He does, though, to Maiden. XyPower falls up. Maiden with a second kill. That's fine. Now we got...
Oh, he got the bomb! Oh, he got it through the smoke. That's it done!
That is it. The stack works out for GODSENT, and forZe are playing themselves here. There's no reason to take it that chill. There's no reason to be that slow on getting the bomb into position and basically not gaining any information, getting any ground on the map whatsoever for an entire minute. Well played by GODSENT. Well played by Maiden. Again, you know, him being... This time around, he wasn't aggressive. He was just waiting for them, and he got 2 kills. Beautiful. He can do both. Keep doing that.
Also, Sticko just finding a spray straight through the smoke.
Well, there was
the
a third guy on the side, and probably would have denied the bomb plan anyway. So it was just a very lackluster effort from forZe coming into that one. And you can't allow that, you know. You can't allow inviting GODSENT back into the game like that. Now the money is going to look good for GODSENT, especially in this round. All the utility in the world. Got an AWP and Michael Lilla, as we talked about. That's what you want to see. We want to see him have some confidence with that one as well. Whereas for forZe, obviously another buy round. XyPower searching up middle. We can have the duel here between Michael Lilla and XyPower. See who comes out on top. He gets smokes off. We'll have to reach it.
And it does seem like, at least in their B defense now, GODSENT have fallen into just like, okay, let's just stay passive. Like, that worked so well in the last round. Let's make them execute onto us. Let's use the utility that we now have to delay them as much as possible. And what it means is they currently have a 4-man stack. The only thing that worries me a little bit is Crystal won't have much information until they're right up in his face, because he is so passive. Normally you see the attempt to take at least top banana control so that you can at least peek a little bit. But to be fair, in the last round, forZe probed way too late. That is a nice shot, though. Makalele's just been owned.
That is so dirty. That is so, so dirty. Good thing Maiden is there to follow up now. They know he's not going to be at that A-bomb side. That's why he rotates straight away, and that's exactly why you see forZe react so fast. They're going to go into Crystal. He's going to be here by himself. The backup is not going to be there in time. He's going to be smoked off from CT spawn, and there we go. As you said, bomb side has been lost. There's nothing he can do about it. Maybe he can get lucky with a cheeky kill through the smoke. Deny the bomb plan here. He actually headshots him first, but gets taken down by XyPower. Sticko, though, follows up with a grenade. A 3 versus 3 retake.
Oh, they needed a kill from Maiden there. I wonder if there's much to do. Sticko, though, does find an angle, at least onto XyPower, but I think Zen may have to take the realization that this is very unlikely. As a single smoke, he's going to use that to section off Banana. There's nobody around that angle. They're almost playing in a bit of a crossfire, and forZe will hold on to this round. And yeah, it actually did come through in the end, didn't it? It was sort of like he was so far back that by the time he knew they were coming his way, there was already a smoke sectioning him off, and his teammate was just getting towards the site.
Exactly. I love that, though. I love that play from forZe. As soon as they realized it was Maiden who killed the teammate in outside, they just went straight into that A-bomb site. They knew exactly that there was only going to be Crystal. They smoked off CT spawn, they smoked off coils, made sure he couldn't do anything, and there was some very decisive play from forZe right there. Got to look out for that, and you got to give them a compliment for that as well. It's good to see that they read the game perfectly fine here. Now, once again, aggression towards Banana. It's Maiden all by himself. No trade back potentially. Gets the first one. He'll need a second one for this to be worth it, and he gets it. Oh, beautiful by Maiden. And here we go. Now a fine opening once again for GODSENT. 4 versus 2. This guy, I don't know what to think about him. I think he's way too aggressive. I think he's a loose cannon in many different ways, but he gets the job done. and I guess that's the most important thing.
Well, now this comes down to what the T's can actually do in this round. Makalele so deep into the spawn. He had a chance to take down XP but at least he's managed to do a lot of damage. He set the rest of his teammates up. Sticko's got to be careful, though. It's going to be who spots who first, and that's a free kill back into a 2 versus 2. And more importantly, the A site is open. The worry, though, is that they actually managed to catch the bomb. XP with the first kill for free, but Zen's now retrieved the rifle. There's still plenty of time for them to play with and flip with a perfect headshot to end the round. But yeah, if you notice, they're actually trying to set him up for those sort of plays, because that was Zen saving the rifle in the round before, handing it over to him and him buying Kevlar to make the aggressive push.
Sure was. A lot of missed opportunities from GODSENT here. Makalele, he should have had that kill with the P250. That would have been round over. Simple as it was. Wasn't able to connect the bullets. Went down, XP got a different kill. And it seemed like GODSENT, you know, from such a advantageous position, they kind of threw it away by not playing together.
Well, he had the bomb as well. Like, XP had the bomb, so that would have been the bomb dropped in.
It would have been in. There would have been no way Flip could have won that. So again, you know, another missed opportunity by GODSENT, and as the desk talked about, you know, a team that hasn't had a lot of experience on lane. We haven't seen it that much now. Some more aggression being put down towards Banana. More good nades thrown down, and here we go. Crystal gets the first one, gets instant trade fight by Jerry, who gets 2 kills. I think he's aware there's a third guy here as well. Maybe not. Oh, no, and there we go. This is it. Zen gets 2 kills. Beautiful play by him. You hear the crowd out there. They love that as well. Put them up in a 3 versus 2 situation. XP on face crack. We'll have to see if they can bring this one back for forZe. Slowly but surely walking up middle here. 2 guys are awaiting them though.
Yeah, deep within the site. This is a position you'd expect, but one that can be difficult to clear, although Sticko around the arch side is going to be a little bit far away. If they can get this opening kill without a trade coming in, there's definitely a possibility. And Makalele, as we've already seen, there's been a few moments where he's had a chance. He at least needs to get 1 kill, and the timing just gets away from them. They haven't actually checked this corner yet. They're just going to walk straight into the site, and Makalele with the easiest kill hits the second as well. He finally steps up to the mark, and that'll be a 4th on the board for GODSENT.
That's good. Good to see Makalele get it done. He had a rough round before. He potentially lost him the entire round with the P250 play without being too disrespectful, but this time around, he saved their asses. This kill right here, jumping up in the box and just instantly taking down face crack in a spray. That was beautiful done by Makalele, and this is important. People may not know that, but Makalele is a confidence player with a big C. When he's feeling it, he can be, I wouldn't necessarily say one of the best players in the world, but he can be up there. He can be a terror to play against, but when he's not feeling it, when he's not having confidence, he sometimes looks a little bit silly. So it's very important that he feels the game, that he gets inside the game, and he gets a few success. What's going his way now. More aggression being put towards Banana. A lot of control for GODSENT right here. I like that. In a round where forZe have invested a decent amount of money into it. They're getting ready to explode out of apartments. Another good nade. I think the nade damage from GODSENT in this game so far has been absolutely stellar. I think every single round up until this point, I've seen at least 1 player from forZe being brought down to 20 HP by a grenade. So that aspect of the game they surely control. Let's call them mini Astralis.
I'm guessing that's mini with a big M.
Yeah. And well, I, and N, and
okay.
E. Yeah.
Well, Makalele, he is in position with the AWP, of course, an aggressive spot. He is the only defender of this site, so if he falls, it will mean that the site is completely under forZe's control. Rotations are beginning to come in from Crystal and Maiden as well. With the smoke down, he needs to get a shot, and he does at least connect onto 1. They've still got a couple of AKs into this round. This is a heavy investment. The spray from Maiden eventually gets the bomb planter, but they have at least got the planter. Some extra money for the T's. I don't see them holding on to this round unless there's some big mistakes, but with a couple of low players, there's still possibilities here. XP and Jerry still with rifles in hand. They'll have a buy into the next round anyway, but XP gets taken out by Makalele. It's down to just Jerry trying to hold on, and he will not be able to. A perfect retake coming out from GODSENT. Not a single player lost. Building that bank, keeping their weaponry, but at least forZe have earned some money themselves.
Got a little bit scary with Makalele in that position. He was almost being caught off guard, but played it well, fell back, got a kill, and then waited for his teammates. So some smart play being brought up by the Swede. I like that. Again, you know, a success round for him, getting a triple kill. And you want to see that. That's 5 kills in 2 rounds for Makalele. And if he gets restarted, we saw how well GODSENT played the first day without him performing well. If Makalele is performing well, combined with the other players in this team, then we have a team that potentially could go all the way and win the championship. Once again, some aggressiveness being put out towards Banana this time around. XP was not able to punish it. Makalele looking down towards second middle here. I don't know why he's spotting in defeat, but Maybe he just wants to look good while flicking it up in his head when he sees him.
It's interesting as well. The forZe early into the game when they were winning their rounds took banana control pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
But they've started taking so much damage from grenades that they now can't do it. And they haven't actually been getting back in anymore. It's either been like this, where it's a 4-1, and eventually the player who's aggressive gives it up.
Yeah.
Or they lose the round. And that's been the only options that have happened so far. We need to see a change coming out from forZe. Like, they have a decent amount of rounds on the T side already, but they still want more after the start they had.
Yeah, they will. There we go. Michael Lille with a nice wallbang and hit Sen in middle as well, just closing it down by himself with an SG. That's a triple kill by that player. And there we go. Another convincing round going the way of GODSENT. Right now, it looks like forZe, they are, as you said, they're playing a little bit too scared.
Yeah.
Even though they're receiving a lot of damage from the grenades, even though they may not feel, you know, comfortable going up banana, it was what made them win in the beginning. They did take the duel, they did win them out. You know, even a trade frag potential where you get up in a 3v3 scenario is going to favor the side of the CIS squad. So maybe that's something they'll have to talk about in this timeout. You know, we need to be a little bit more aggressive. We need to contest Maiden once again. He has been over-aggressive on banana, I would say. And if you can punish that, well, you can kill two guys on banana, and that'll be round over, basically. You know?
I'd like to see a nade stack of their own. Like, there's been someone top banana almost every single round. Just use that small amount of utility. It's not a big investment coming in.
Sure.
And just try and get one of those players either low or dead, because that's the thing. We've seen now, Crystal was bottom banana in the last round. We've seen them try and push it with SMGs, and the only difference is now the GODSENT have the utility to actually just take it without having to just run down banana straight away. So something needs to change. I think this looks like it might build into some sort of apps first, just because they don't really have the weaponry to do anything else.
Yeah, it's a classic play when you have CCs. See Jerry's lined up with the nades. He's going to smoke something off, and then he's going to flash his teammates out of the apartments. Stuku is going to be man of the hour here. Needs to at least get 2 kills in order to make sure they stay in control. Okay, caught off guard. There we go. Stuku goes down. Michael Lille hits the shot, no. But the bomb side has been gifted up, and Michael Lille goes for the repeat. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Power missing his opportunity right here. We got a 3v3 scenario. Bomb going down. Power somehow staying alive. And Split coming out with a CC. I don't know what's going on in this round, but what I do know is that it's up to Maiden now to save this one. 2v1 scenario, Tom. M4 in the hand. Not gonna be able to do it.
It does seem like one of those plays that just works way too often.
Yeah, but you know what? That's silly. That's silly. GODSENT, they should be able to read the money. They should be able to know what's going on. And in a scenario like that, you know that's the play. It's either going to be that or they're going to rush up banana with grenades. There's no way around it. If you just play a default round with CCs and you're just waiting for the mistakes to happen, well, nothing is going to happen. So Stuku may be a little bit unaware of what's going on. Maybe it's a sign of stress. Maybe it's a sign of miscommunication. Hard to tell when you're not inside the team, but fact of the matter is, it's not good enough. What is good enough, though, is Michael Lille. He's really finding his footing in this game. Once again, getting the opening kill. Taking down Jerry to 14 HP as well. Beautiful stuff by the Swede. Good to see him play well.
Yeah, this is easily the best performance we've seen from him so far in the tournament. And to be fair, like a lot of the time, his teammates were just running away with it. Like Crystal has been playing phenomenally, but the fact that we saw him miss quite a few AWP shots, and even at one point, Crystal started AWPing, which is not something I expected to see. Does get forced off the angle there, and actually gets removed. So taken down just moments after praise. We should start going back to being a bit more critical, but even still, Jerry low on HP. This is not necessarily a strong position for forZe at the moment. And, well, maybe a little bit different now. Power has found another kill. They're also holding off the rotation. Now, Jerry's very low, but even a kill here, and he almost manages a double as they push down. Steeko left to try and defend this, and he's so low on HP. Does manage just a single frag. And now Crystal, 1 versus 2. Money not really there for his team, but I think he's going to at least have a look in here.
Surely he will. Power, though, he's in a good position to deal with Crystal. Whenever he peeks out, whenever he reveals himself, Power is going to peek out, and that's going to be it. Another round for the side of forZe. I don't know what to think about this first half from GODSENT. I think they have a lot of stuff working for them. They have individuals showing up on the server. You know, great frag potential is what I'm trying to say. And then somehow they managed to mess it up a little bit too much. A few silly mistakes. Once again, Michael Lille, yeah, no need to go out there and die. We've seen them being a little bit too aggressive as well. It's like they need to fine-tune their game plan, and that's when I start to believe that GODSENT could have won a half like this 11-4, maybe in 12-3. But the small mistakes are hunting them right now, and forZe are definitely capitalizing on it. Another nade, though, in the face of Jerry. being put down to 73 HP. I think there's been a lot of grenade damage coming out of GODSENT. That's something they can be proud of. And
Zen alone is on almost 300.
There you go. That's insane in one half. That's absolutely insane. Now Maiden being, Michael Lille, sorry, being aggressive towards apartment. It looks like they want to head up. The A-bomb side. Again, very aggressive and forward duels to take with an SMG. I like the fact that he dares to do it and it works out, but my God, he keeps pushing as well. It's just endless aggression coming out from this Swedish squad.
Is this the old UMP? I thought the whole point was that they nerfed the range. Like,
Yeah.
still managing to win that duel. XC power as well, misses the shot. So that is going to be Zen now upgrading to an AK, finding 2 kills. And this aggression has been nothing but successful. Maze is not going to be able to stop him falling back to the site. And I think that's the difference between some of the other players. Like, he just falls back now. He knows they have a huge advantage based on what he's achieved. And this crossfire, even with just pistols previously, was so successful. Made him from above. It's going to go down, but he still hits the dink. Shotgun peeking out, does a lot of damage, but nobody's died just yet. It's all onto Sicko, and he only gets 1. I'm surprised. And actually, everybody in the server at the moment is very low on HP. There's possibilities, but Crystal through leaves it into a 2 versus 1. Almeza, he needs some instant frags here, and the more pressing matter is the fact that there's only 10 seconds. That nade is perfect from Zen, continuing the amount of damage he's done, and we'll see if that is something that follows up in the second half when GODSENT go onto the T side. And we are back going into the second half. At 8-7 scoreline. It's as close as it can be this Christmas. A bit like me and Pimp, of course.
It's the lie.
Well, you keep trying to hold my hand. Like,
Not true. Not true at all. What is true, though, is that we have a game on our hands. 7-8, as you said. Very close. Very, I'd say weird game. Weird first half. Back and forth. You know, a lot of mistakes being made by both teams. Maybe they're feeling pressured. Maybe they're just not getting warmed up yet. We'll have to see. Fact of the matter is that now there's no room for mistakes, and my God, does he hit some sick flicks. Split once again, going for the kill here on Sten. Keeps fighting, now falls back. Probably the smart move here. Maiden, and in the middle of the time, made it all the way into this A-bomb site. It's only going to be 1 defender while Split is being pressured down as well, and that's it. Jerry goes down, and now GODSENT have full control over this A-bomb site. I'm not sure what the hell is going on in this game, but I feel that's a lot of these rounds are being decided by, you know, weird decision making. Oh my God.
Get out. Zen's just been owned. And, well, the CT side, they actually don't have a kit here. So they really do just have to go running into the site. I don't think Jerry had any idea that they'd got that far in by the time he noticed. A little bit of utility being expended to try and spot out some of these players. Makalele gets 1 a second as well. And it's left just onto Almeza and XC Power. I don't even know if they have time at this point to kill all of these players. And Makalele, a big triple. We've started to see him really step up in this series.
What's going on, though? Jerry is left alone on that A-bomb site, or the small bomb site, all by himself. Maiden just walks in, you know, by himself. He has 2 mates, but they're coming in, you know, 2-3 seconds later than him. It seems like a very weird approach to this game right now for both teams. It feels like both of them are not really sticking to whatever game plan they had. And I think we have a little bit of a technical issue here. At least the round is not live. We'll have to see and wait what that is. But the game right now, it's moving back and forth. It's like waves coming in, waves coming out. And by the looks of it, the Swedes get away with a lot of mistakes right now. Still, you know, 8 rounds looking to take the lead once again. But I feel like they made too many mistakes to be in a position where they should win the game.
It's a weird one as well, though, that I normally, again, we sort of mentioned it earlier, that if you're the solo person on a B site, you're spotting.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that Maiden should have been able to get all the way into, like, towards the grill before Jerry noticed. Because if you also looked at the map at that moment, no one on the CT side had even started a rotation. Like, all the other 4 players were firmly in the A site. And then when he died, they went, oh, they're B.
Yeah.
As if, so that, for me, means he genuinely had absolutely no idea that there was anyone there, which I don't know how that happens, unless he was like caught moving between the boxes or something, but that seems like a very unlikely prospect.
Yeah, it could be coincidence, right? It could be a little bit of an unlock going in, and now Exipar goes down. He used to be one of the best players, or he is one of the best players with a scout in his hand. This time around, though, Mikey Lille gets him down. He's had a decent amount of opening kills in this game so far, playing well so far. Face crack with a Mat 10 here. And Boiler gonna take down Sen and gonna take down the bomb as well. That's gonna force the GODSENT players into this Max 7. Question is that it? Can he get away with more kills? Probably not. Jerry comes in from behind, helps him out, and there we go. It all falls apart for the CIS squad. Almaz here left alone with a CC. Not much he can do here, despite Stuku being down to 1 HP. He's fully aware that the best he can hope for is maybe steal away a gun, steal away an AK-47. Put some pressure on the economy of the CIS or the Swedish squad. But apart from that, not much you can do. Again, a messy round. I feel like this game is just two teams who are having no problems whatsoever playing heads-up Counter-Strike. And it may not be the most beautiful type of Counter-Strike, depending on what you're a fan of. You know, I guess there's different taste in that. But it sure as hell is fun to watch because a lot of action is going on all the time.
Yeah, it seems very scrappy. Like I don't feel like there's been a round where I've watched it, even this one included, where I go, that was a clear-cut victory. Like there could be moments like where the pistols are spammed and that shotgun dropping the bomb, like easily could have gone the other way. It was just that it happened that GODSENT hit their shots in that round. And again, it makes me sort of uncomfortable if you're looking at, okay, where's this game gonna go? Because it just depends who shows up.
Just depends who shows up, depends on who. Maybe it depends on which of these two teams will be the first to actually get it together and you know, make a game plan and stick to it. As you said, it is scrappy right now. Once again, you see forZe investing into this round. Not a lot of money though. XC Power with a scout, CC and some armor, and a little bit of utility on Almas there as well. So they're making sure they can buy fully up to next round. XC Power made sure he can afford an AWP next round as well. I like that a lot. We need to see him with the big green. He's essentially the biggest asset now. We'll see GODSENT move into this A-bomb side. It's going to be easy for Maiden. Did he see him? Not sure they spotted him. Maybe this is the opening for Almas here. Nope, never mind. Stuku second-guessed Maiden's decision to run away, you know, and that's maybe part of it as well. When you have a player like Maiden, it's maybe a situation where you don't always trust his gut, you know? Maybe you think sometimes, yeah, just going to double-check to make sure that you didn't miss anything, and thank God for that.
Maybe it is Madden because he is a bit crazy.
Madden, Maiden, you know what?
Like, just the way that he plays is just like
plays like a madman,
run and gun. But that's the thing. Like there have been teams in the past, even top teams, where you have that one loose cannon player,
sure,
and then everybody else has the structure. And I feel like in the past, like Makalele could be put in that bracket, like with the crazy flicks and aggressive peaks. Sure. Nowadays, he seems to have calmed down quite a bit.
I think there's one player who comes into my mind when you're right. JW could be one of them, but Apex in the way that he's playing right now. And Apex is a guy that recently has struggled to find impact on the highest level. It works on this level. It works if you're good enough. It works if you have individual skill, like Maiden obviously has. A great player, maybe the most skilled player on the server, who knows? But when you're playing against some of the better teams who have that structure, it requires more than that. You know, you just can't run around with a gun and do that kind of stuff. So for the people out there who maybe get inspired by Maiden, you know, it's totally fine to have that play style, but you gotta be able to balance it out sometimes. Otherwise, you risk ending up like Apex. Without being disrespectful, I think Apex is a player who has a lot more skill than he's showing right now because of the role.
Oh, face crack, that is clean. 2 quick kills to start off the round. Makalele is going to be there to trade things back. But even still, 4 versus 2. Make that just 1 as Crystal has to try and clutch this out. He's only going to manage a single frag as XC Power gets the 9th on the board for forZe. And when they finally get the weapons, when they get their buy-in, that was a really nice couple of kills.
That round lasted 34 seconds. That was it. 34 seconds and it's over. It's some very fast-paced Counter-Strike we see right now. It is some very scrappy Counter-Strike we see right now. Good job by forZe, though, to hold this one down. Had full control over the mid area. Great crossfire setup. Hitting some shots. Let's see how the Swedes will respond back. Still good economy on the Swedish side. All the utility they want. And XC Power is eating half an 8 here. He's going to eat a flash as well. Going to be forced away. And now his teammate is left all by himself out here at the sandbox. They're not going to check it, though. For whatever reason, Maiden again. I think he's made plenty of mistakes in this game. Still, he's been the most impactful player. So there's so much potential in this guy.
It's not his job to check.
Yeah, you know, it's
someone else's job.
It's an unpolished diamond. I think is maybe a good way to describe.
Diamond in the rough.
Diamond in the rough. Now 4 versus 4. Sen already got control over library inside CT spawn. Could be him they're waiting for. See if he can find off a pick here. XC Powers potentially gonna walk into that. And there we go. No. Not going to show himself just yet. I think Sen has a decent idea that could be a player around him. Now he spots him, and that's going to be a kill for Sen here. There we go. That's going to be the opening that GODSENT wants. Probably going to do an A split now, a small side split. There we go.
Yeah, they actually start their rotation back to B the second he takes that control. Flair, how does he get both of those kills? Turns back, finishes off one. Jerry now looking to hold this site all on his own. And it's left once again onto Makalele. 21 kills to his name. He needs this kill quickly onto Jerry, and he hits it through the coffins. It's left into the 1 versus 1. Flip with only 13 HP, making his way through the church. Hasn't been spotted by Makalele. A second smoke going to be thrown down just to allow him to get that bomb plant. Is he going to push this? Because Makalele actually won't be able to spot it. His own smoke has actually given some space for Flit to get around the site, get that a little bit closer where the AWP is not going to be anywhere near as effective. Makalele at least does have the bomb on his side. I think this is almost no-scope territory, just trying to find his opposition. The nade is perfect. Makalele misses the shot, and he's not going to get the second either. Flit is there to clutch things out, and the scoreline equalized.
Unlucky by Makalele. Nice first shot to take down Jerry to put it in a 1 versus 1, but weren't able to capitalize on that. Missed an unfortunate shot, a hard shot, so you can't really blame him for it, but Flit just cornering him in here, making sure that he has nowhere to go after missing that first bullet. So 10-10, even game. And once again, we have two teams who's going to buy up fully. Zen on a Mac 10. Still going to get a little, but apart from that, it's a decent amount of utility. Crystal with a CC. It's not the best buy for the Swedes coming in here. And this will be it. This could be the breaking point of the game where forZe take charge. They take the lead, and they take control over the economy as well.
Once again, I'm going to see a little bit of nade damage this time coming from the other side.
He is so aggressive. He's constantly looking for that duel. He's constantly, you know, it's just, you can just feel that he wants to fight at all times. I absolutely love to see that. It's
I feel like it's a love-hate relationship. I feel like you love it, but also there's something about it where you're like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, I think he's the player so far in the server who's made the most mistake, but also one of the most impactful players. So let's say you could eliminate some of those mistakes. You could coach him if you're devil walking. You could probably, you know, make a superstar out of him. So a lot of potential, just not there yet. We'll have to see. It's going to be a mid-take here. XP Power in a good position. Question is he going to stay here? He has nowhere to go, and there we go. Hits the shot blind. A little bit lucky with that, but again, it's XP Power, and he's going to re-aggress in towards middle. He's going to gain a lot of information. He hears this rotation. This is going to be easy for the CIS squad. You can see the rotation is already coming. They're going to be 3 guys ready and waiting. Flit is moving over here. He should be able to listen to that as well. Elmer's there with a defensive Molotov. Jerry in a good position with the MP9, and there we go. They combined for 2 frags, 3 frags, because then decides to take down Maiden, and there we go. Round over. I don't know. I feel like we've seen a lot of team kills so far in this tournament. I don't know what this would be.
Yeah, it's surprising. Like,
yeah.
Crazy have had a few, that's for sure.
I remember one round where, yeah.
Yeah, that one in particular was definitely, well, I think it was versus GODSENT, wasn't it? So
sure was. I think, was it Letney who probably wants to forget all about that?
He played better in the next day. Like, that's one of the things you do have to say.
Crazy are waiting in the semifinal against Trick, right? They have definitely stepped up their game, so it's going to be an exciting game to follow after this one now. See, there's quite the difference in coaching method right here. Devilwalk very animated behind the guys, you know. That body language says a lot. He's trying to describe something very specific. He has a clear idea, clear vision. Question is, can he translate that into the game, into his players? Whereas for the CIS coach, I see a lot more chill, and maybe it is more chill to be a forZe player right now. They are in control. They're leading 11-10. They're playing on the arguably eastern side on the map, and they have the economy control right now. Plenty of utility. XP Power with an AWP. Jerry with an MP9. Basically everything you want in a round against 5 pistols. So good position for forZe to be in.
Yeah, and we're back to the same sort of strategy we saw before, just looking to try and get that bomb onto the A site. It's the shortest route to do it, earn a little bit of extra cash, bolster your economy, but getting past all these rifles is going to be fairly difficult. Face crack, and actually most of the players taking a hell of a lot of damage, but only one going to go down, so it's not the end of the world, but that could have gone fairly wrong for forZe.
Definitely could. Definitely could. Now I'm interested to see what GODSENT's response is going to be now. They took a timeout before into an eco round, so obviously what they discussed was not what's going to happen in that eco round. That didn't matter, but what are they going to do in this buy round? 3 AK-47s, 2 SGs, plenty of utility. some aggression up towards Banana here. Crystal wants to take control over this. He hits a nice nade up towards Banana. Look at that, he goes down straight away. A nice little boost coming out from forZe. It seems like they really have this game under control. Exipower finds another pick on Stiko. And here we have it, a 5 versus 3 scenario. Once again, the Swedes are left on the back heel.
Any plan at this point is
What can you do? What can you do? You know, 20 seconds into the round, you go down 2 man. And it's not like they made a mistake. Crystal didn't do anything wrong. He just got surprised by well-playing forZe.
Yeah, and this boost. Gonna let a couple cross, and actually Makelele gonna pre-fire. They need to get rid of Jerry, though, and he's just about gonna escape around the corner. Even with a bomb plant here, it'll be some extra money, something if they can get it. Makelele actually offered up a second one as Flit tries to get aggressive through the smoke. The bomb still dropped on the floor, though, and just waiting around the corner is going to be FaceCrack. Well placed to deny anything further. Maiden also gets one more, but it's a trade for Makelele, and FaceCrack is there to close that round. Still closer than maybe expected with how many they lost at the beginning of the round, but still a 13th for forZe, 3 away from taking the first map.
That was a dangerous body language coming out from Makelele right there, shaking his head. Definitely not feeling comfortable. We do know it's a guy with a temper. It's a guy who, sort of like Esperanto in his early days, you know, when he's feeling good, as we said, he's playing some of the best Counter-Strike we know he can do. When he's not feeling it, he seems to get frustrated, and that's not always the best thing for your teammates. If you're looking at that body language, you're thinking to yourself, this is not good. At least that's what I'm thinking watching it. So hopefully it was just, you know, heat of the moment, and he's back to focus now. Whereas for Jerry, could potentially being caught out here. Good thing for him, he got back on an Elmaster, and I think that's the difference between forZe and GODSENT, the way they're playing Banana. They're playing 2-2 all the time. Jerry with a second kill, Elmaster coming in with his 3rd and 4th, and there we go, round over. Right now, forZe are playing some solid Counter-Strike. They're playing with each other, they're playing off each other. They're making sure always to tag team up, so there's trade frag potential. And right now, GODSENT don't seem to have the answer for it. What I would like to see, though, is what we saw the earlier round. Crystal went up fast towards Banana. He did a lot of damage with the grenades, but he was alone. Now send 3 guys up Banana, see if you can contest that Banana control, maybe get 2 early picks, get a cheap round, and get back into the game. Hopefully, that's what Devilwalk is trying to explain here.
Yeah, the problem I'm having, though, is that they haven't actually won a buy round, which sounds crazy when how a lot of these have been going.
T-side, yeah?
But they literally won the first couple of follow-up rounds. I think, as you mentioned, like Maiden was able to get away with an awful lot with like the Mac 10 when he was running up the top of Banana. And since then, I don't even know if he's had a kill or 2. Like he's been very, very quiet.
Yeah.
Since they've actually had rifles on the board, and wow, that's an easy change when what you were doing is getting kills with the Mac 10 and just running up Banana, but there hasn't been any adaptation yet, and well, we know that clearly something's been said by Devilwalk in this situation, but
Here we go. They're
in the last round, they
change up the pace a little bit, yeah. See if they can take fast mid control. A lot of utility has been used so far, and you can see they're walking up middle now. They got the mid control already. Sent up by himself. As teammates with him, and it seems like they're gonna explode onto this. A bomb side quickly now. Exipower in a good position to stop this. Making sure to rotate around. He's tagging up with a teammate again in CT spawn. I love this. You can see it on the minimap right there. They always play 2 and 2 together. Then Jerry alone with the Banana control. I like this a lot from forZe. Really optimizing the chances of making this a successful round once again. Exipower now.
Ooh, okay, Zen does manage one. Actually, they're going to catch up both players. They may double up, but they both fall. And now Jerry's about to be surrounded. Every single member of the GODSENT roster looking to try and get in on his position. He's just going to be waiting patiently, and Blitz trying his best to save him. He gets the first. He doesn't even know Zen's still there. And FaceCrack with another. It's all going to come down to this man, though. Jerry waiting for the cross, but they've taken A. Sticko's run back through. They've doubled their defense on the wrong site, and, well, this quick change-up is actually going to give GODSENT the site and potentially the round.
Yeah, this kill is going to be it. There we go. Sticko, ooh, almost misses FaceCrack, but gets it done in the end. And here we go. Another round is going to go in the way of GODSENT, making it 14-11. There's no reason for Jerry to do anything about that. He cannot win this one from that position. So, yeah, again, I think forZe made the right play, but Exipower and I believe that was Almaster, or FaceCrack, they just missed some relatively easy kills. Should have hit those shots, weren't able to, and GODSENT capitalized and gave themselves another round on the board. And hopefully another shot at taking this map. It is looking a little bit bleak though, you know. I'm afraid that this round is not something they can replicate again.
Yeah,
this was not something they, you know, did good, you know, or a strat they ran they can potentially use again. This was more the case of forZe messing up a little bit. So again, I want to see something proactive coming out of out of GODSENT. Again, take that banana control, contest it, see if you can work with it. Otherwise, you're just going to sit back and you're going to wait up until the point when you lose. And I don't think that's a nice way to do it. You want to fight until you die, at least.
Well, money, still absolutely fine for forZe. They could even buy into the next round if they wanted to. So it's not going to be any break for GODSENT. Pretty much until the end of this map. They kind of have to win this out. Otherwise, well, either they're playing for overtime. Going to see some aggression once again. The AWP actually watching towards Banana on the other side. Still has to be careful of Maiden. Still, we haven't seen anything from him in quite a while. As said, like, he was on 15 kills for the last couple of rounds, and as you mentioned, he's been sort of inconsistent, but when he has hit those shots, they've been impactful ones. This boost, I don't know if Sticko's going to expect anybody to be this close. He does actually have the pop flash ready. It's whether he's going to check this angle straight away. The nade even dunked right into the corner, and the flames as well. So much utility damage, and he forces them into the open. And there is Maiden. 2 kills sprayed down. The AWP of XE Power just trying to hold on in the corner. He wants to keep the site, but Sticko's not going to allow it. A big round coming out from him. And again, it's going to have to be a save for the CIS.
That's good. That's good Counter-Strike right there from GODSENT. Sticko making sure not to take any dumb risk, you know. That flash right there, you know, you think to yourself, why would you throw that? But it's just a precaution. It's just, you know, to be safe. And guess what? It made Maiden able to get 2 entry frags towards middle. And as we talked about him not having an impact, here we go. Sticko and him combined for 3 kills. And I would say that Sticko deserves at least 1 or 2 more of those kills. Pushing out the guys from Boiler Room. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful by GODSENT. You could see that they had a plan. They were playing together. They, you know, was in positions to get the trade frags, and they executed. Again, I think this round is a hard one to replicate in the sense that, again, it's forZe, you know, doing an active play and messing up in that sense. So if forZe were to sit down and just play defensively, I think that's when GODSENT would start to struggle. So maybe this would be the time to take a timeout from forZe, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen here from Jerry. And if I were them, you know, again, it's easy for me to say here because I've been observing from a third-part perspective throughout the entire time, but I would just play defensively now. There's no need to take any unnecessary peaks, unnecessary risk, you know, stack anywhere. Just play default, because that's where GODSENT have been struggling. They don't have any execute that throws you off or anything like that. So I guess that would be the way to do it if I were the forZe coach now. That being said, though, there's more than one way to play Counter-Strike, Tom.
Well, the other thing as well is I think that their 4-1 setup has been working really well. Like, think about how many rounds that we've actually seen GODSENT get onto the B site. Even though there's only been 1 player there almost every single round, it's been A. The last 2 rounds that they've managed to win was they were sort of pulling rotations and managed to get it right, and also the 2 players that didn't connect the shots. And then you had, again, the players in the apartments, which then, once they were dead, that was pretty much round over anyway. So I think if you just stick to that setup, just have the 1 player spotting in the form of Jerry, he's been doing a very good job other than the pistol round, and then you allow for the rotations if he spots anything, I don't think GODSENT are going to be able to beat that, and that's fairly simplistic.
I definitely agree, and that's why I want GODSENT to charge Banana and take Banana control and make sure Jerry can play like that. Basically remove that option from forZe Gaming's playbook. Now, is that going to happen here? I think we're going to see some pressure being brought up towards Banana, Crystal, and Maiden combining now, and that's exactly what I want to see. The entire team heading towards Banana. Maybe they did listen. Maybe they can hear what I'm saying, and here we go. I think it's going to be a fast hit towards this bomb side. Jerry, he's not going to expect this. Question is, he's going to get away with it. A good flash. He gets 2 kills, almost a 3rd one, and here we go. Definitely not what GODSENT expected.
No, and there's still another man within the site. Normally it's only Jerry there. They should expect it because of the flash. Amazing, that's clean again. He's going to get 2 kills and looks for that 3rd. It's all left on to Makalele. This would be the toughest of them all. Doesn't even have control of the bomb, and so much utility just being expended. That's the problem of faster pushes. The CT side still have all of their grenades. They're going to be thrown over the top. They're trying to clear them out of these angles. He's just going to be waiting patiently. Nade over the top almost finishes him off, and well, XE Power will do just that. A 15th onto the board. And well, they might have had the right plan, but they did not expect Jerry to be that aggressive.
Counter-Strike is such a cruel game. The timing of that flash coming in right there, look at that from Jerry. He could have gotten 3, maybe even 4 kills here. He got 3, or he got 2 and put down Sticko to 19 HP. He got to do what he was supposed to, but you know, that flash comes in a second later, he would have been dead. forZe would have lost the round, and we would have been looking at 14 to 13. That flash came in at the exact right timing, and now we're looking at a match point scenario from forZe. Counter-Strike is all about the small details sometimes, and this time around the timing was really not in the favor of GODSENT. They did the right thing here. I definitely do agree with that. It was a great play, great plan. Unfortunately, it didn't work out.
Well, once again, they go back to the tried and tested. Trying to take that A side. This is interesting from the CT side. They've gone very heavy on short control. We are going to see an eventual rotation from FaceCrack just to try and spot in that direction, knowing that there's a challenge now onto the arch side. Akelele looking for that opening pick. Actually a missed shot from Power, but he doesn't expect Flip to be around the corner, and he's going to get both headshots. Bomb dropped on short through the smoke. They go to try and rectify this decision, and almost another one. He does get it in the end. It's left all on Stico. He's get the first, but this needs to be a 1 versus 5. An ace for him, and it is not going to be happening. forZe, they close it out on the CT side. They did enough on the T side. And while GODSENT, we spoke about some of the mistakes along the way, some of the things that went wrong, can they fix that for Dust 2?
Hopefully, but I hope they're just going to focus on Dust 2. You can already see now in the body language that they're talking about what went wrong in this map.
Yeah.
Rule that out. Don't care about that. It's over. You lost Inferno. There's nothing you can do about it. You can go home tomorrow. You can talk about that game, figure out the mistakes. There was plenty of them to take on. So forget that, move into Dust 2. And we saw them play against Crazy the first day on Dust 2. A very strong performance from GODSENT. So I would necessarily not rule them out of this game just yet. But what I saw here in Inferno was a little bit of... There's too many misplays, there was too many mistakes being made, and too many frustrations being shown by some of the players.
Yeah, well, we will get to find out very, very shortly if this is going to be the 2-0 or if GODSENT can bring this back on Dust 2.